Hi, this is my social skills project video 1, the introduction for my student named Easton. He is a 3rd grader and I have worked with him since I had him in my kindergarten class. He has a twin brother who you will hear more about for my 3rd project, I believe. They have not had an easy time of it. Their parents, who are both educators, felt and were often told, unfortunately, that they did not have good parenting skills. They were told that they could not handle the children and their behavior and that they were too lax in their response, which led to a lot of difficult choices where items were taken away. They weren't, like entirely grounded from everything, including the toys in the room. Nothing helped. So we got through kindergarten, 1st grade, and they went on to 2nd grade. At that time, they were able to begin the process of diagnosis. But because the test cost upwards of $1,000 each per child, they had to spread it out over a couple months. And so one child was diagnosed first, and then they knew that that was most likely the case with the twin brother, but it was still a difficult time trying to get the diagnosis. And then the psychiatrist is extremely expensive. Insurance is not paying for it. They do have 2 medications each that they take, and of course every time they have a growth spurt that changes, and then everyone is put back on aware of maybe a difficult week until we get the medication changed. So they're going through that a little bit right now too. So it has helped them having the diagnosis. It has also helped the teachers, so they know, and this in my capacity as SPED teacher, so we know what best to do for the boys and how best to handle Easton. So his learning goal is to be, when given a verbal direction, Easton will comply in a positive way in 9 out of 10 instances. Last year in 3rd grade, there was a lot of anger. There were many cases of elopement where the then special ed teacher would have to run out of the building and out into, we have fields and snakes and coyotes out in the back and the side around our building. So that was pretty scary. Easton is strong, and when he wants to leave, he can leave. He has not tried to elope at all this year, which is really great. He has 3 amazing teachers in general ed who have been very supportive, working with the parents, working with me, working with the boys. It's going very well. So we're still unaware, but we're very hopeful. Now, I chose him because he can become very angry very quickly. That has happened one time a few weeks ago when he had to do some late work and miss recess, and he didn't want to do that. And the anger lasted quite a while, but as I wrote in some of my notes, we were able to get past that. But that is the reason for the learning goal. We are trying to encourage him to be positive even when he doesn't want to do something, which is very difficult for him. He's very intelligent. He knows what he wants to do when he wants to do it, and it doesn't always comply with what his teachers want. So we are working on that. We are doing a paper from a firm where he can self-regulate. If he gets 4 out of 5 happy faces for following directions, he can choose one of the fidget toys that he has taken to his room from my classroom. He asked for those. He wanted to have those, and so he's really excited about getting to use the fidget toys in class. This intervention is very low-key, very low cost. It's just a matter of having fidget toys on hand and making some copies. He is, for the most part, self-monitoring, but we are having instances where if he doesn't follow a direction and he's told to circle the sad face, he doesn't want to circle the sad face, and so that's causing some problems. So we're having to look at that, which I'll address in the rest of my report. The other students, for the most part, don't even notice. He just keeps paper with his notebook. They're not even looking. And as long as he keeps the fidget toys down and does not disturb his neighbors or the lesson with it, then that seems to work pretty well. Now, we did have an assembly, and one of the fidget toys did burst in the assembly. Water and sequins went everywhere. He got extremely wet. He handled it very well, but that particular toy, which was made by one of my students, is not going to be handed out anymore because he is much stronger than the fidget toy and its endurance. So we are working on that. The data collection has been the charts. When the teachers send the charts home and forget to give them to me, they just tell me verbally and I write it down. And so we're going to continue with the self-monitoring and the self-management EBP, and we're going to see how it goes. I have separate videos of Easton where he's introducing himself, so I will add those too. I'm sorry I went past 5 minutes, though. I'm talking too much.